Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing God of War Ragnarok. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Zarel. Let's get to it. Alright, so today we are up to our eyeballs in quests. But before we get to that, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and ring that bell to be notified of all future episodes as soon as they go live. So let's get into it. So previously, we picked up Drop Near the Spear, not to be confused with Drop Near the Ring. And you know what I'm talking about if you've seen the previous videos. Spoiler alert, so if you've not seen the previous videos, I would go ahead and go back and take a look at them. Browse them, if you would. So previously we got Drop Near in the eventuality that we would have to fight Heimdall. Heimdall, who is a clear and present danger to Atreus. So we picked up the spear to get an edge, to possibly get a hit on him, let alone stand a chance against him. Having said that, it wasn't too much longer after getting Drop Near that we actually had to put it to use. So, a lot has happened since we started this trek in God of War Ragnarok, and we are continuing the trek with more tools than what we started out with. Alright, so currently we're following the trail from the hunting dog in Freyr's camp. I don't know if the dog transforms into a person, but it wouldn't surprise me at this point. So, we are currently following or doing this favor or side quest. All the side quests are called favors in God of War Ragnarok. You can call them side quests. It doesn't really matter. We all know what we're talking about. Aha, there it is. There's the dog. And I often, when I see the dog, I often confuse it for the boar. Although the boar is, I think, considerably larger.
Looks like we're on Helga's trail.
We're on the trail. Luckily, the footprints are glowing, so it's not terrible. And so this area we've actually been through before. There are more enemies here that we need to take care of. They weren't here previously, so apparently when you leave an area, you come back to it, you're gonna need to take care of some guys. These Draugrs are not terrible, which is great. Draugrs can be a bit of a handful, depending on the makeup, I think. Now, Vanaheim is different than other realms because you can change the day or the night, and it changes the topography of the level. So not only does it change, how things look, is it day, is it night, but like during the day or the night, you're going to have the vines in different areas, and as you saw right there, all of a sudden avenues that were closed off to you are now open. So we needed to do that in order to continue on. At night, you'll see these rings kind of haphazardly kind of floating, almost floating in the air. They're hanging by a vine or something. And then you see that they're like structural components. Once again, if you've not seen some of the previous videos, you're gonna be like, what the heck is this? It's like a paper boat, kind of like a paper airplane, but all of a sudden it's actually useful for transportation of people.
How could Birgir have survived a fall like that?
Now, unfortunately, you have no control over where the boat goes. You have to go where the boat will take you, unlike the boats that are on the water, where you can go anywhere on the water you want. Of course, you can only dock the boat in specific areas. And we just got sucker punched by a dragon.
I'm fine. You?
We luckily get our boat back, our paper boat, spectral boat, ethereal boat, whatever you want to call it.
Where are we anyway?
Looks to be the ruins of a once thriving Vanir city.
All right, so Vanniers. The Vanniers used to be a populous and thriving realm within Vanheim, and all of a sudden, they're on the endangered species list. You don't see them. They could still be around, just hiding. Anyone that looks like they might start a fight, aka anyone with a weapon. So, or e.g. anyone with a weapon, I guess. Anyway, notwithstanding, Kratos has more weapons than an arsenal during this particular time frame, I would say. So the Vanir are likely, not least of which because there's a dragon flying around. And Birgir is alive. He took a fall out of the flying boat previously. Everyone assumed he was dead. He survived. Probably. I mean, are we going to assume that he is the one using the flare? I mean, possibly. Birgir is a traveler. As we know from the previous game and the current game, travelers tend to want to kill Kratos and Atreus whenever they see them, with that exception of Birgir. So, I think it's Birgir. Well, whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about. You know who I'm saying when I put the syllables together. So, I mean, on some level, I knew that there was a decent amount still to explore in the different realms, but it's another thing to actually see it and say, "Oh, yeah, there's a lot that we still have to explore." Speaking of travelers, we have Eagle the Oathguard, who is has us on the list for demolition. And since we're not a building, he's just going to try and take us out. Now, like the previous game, this traveler has a heavy shield on his back. So whenever he is turned around, you cannot attack him from behind. You have to attack him front facing. Ooh, look at that. Just spinning around and around and around and around. All the travelers have insanely tough armor. So on fights like this, I would say is either good to have the Spartan Rage or healing, not the Wrath. I mean, the Wrath is potentially okay. However, it's not going to do you a lot of good if you're getting low on health. Now, depending on what composition you're using for your armor and your parts of your weapons that give perks, not to mention your amulet, will probably determine your strategy when fighting these more boss-like encounters. Now, for me, I always feel like I need to have two sets of armor. One for this type of encounter where it's more boss-like, and then another one for everyone else. So when I'm fighting normal, quote, guys, I could... There we go. There's a good parry. Yeah, his stun meter does not go up very quickly. This guy's not very good on the receiving end for runic attacks. He still does a lot of damage, and he doesn't get interrupted, ever. So it's best to do normal attacks and use your companion for attacks and, of course, runic summons. Just do your damage where you can, parry when it's possible, and then, of course, dodge when it isn't. If you can, yeah, hit that, that's always good. That's really the only time you can stun them. Interrupt, not stun them. It takes forever to stun the guys, it feels like. So ordinarily I have 2 pieces of Raven gear on and one of the Birgir armor. The Raven, of course, gives you an extra 30% healing from all sources, and then the Birgir gives you a health burst from stun grabs, which is great at the end of a boss fight, but not necessarily during a boss fight. So if you'd rather do like realm shifts or something like that, completely understandable. Additionally, you could also use like the survival gear if you have it upgraded to an adequate level for wherever you're at in the journey, because those tend to have the highest stat values, but they don't have any bonuses. So it's whatever you like and whatever you think is going to work the best for your situation and your playstyle. Go straight from a boss-like fight into these tassel worms. Oh, I should have done a stun grab there. I wasn't paying attention to the stun meter. There we go. Get a little bit of health from the health burst, and I get an extra 30% because of the Raven gear, so it does help. These little, they kind of look like amber deposits on the side of the rocks and whatnot. You get these crystalline shards.
Haven't a clue. Hence the interest. Still, crystals are valuable.
So if you use the sigil arrow first and then use the axe, it'll stay frozen for a little while. Or conversely, if you just leave the axe in. Alright. There's one of the guys we actually met relatively early. You have to attack him from behind. If you don't, he'll dodge your attack. Alright, so we got another Raven. Take care of. Almost halfway. Almost halfway. Now we have these guys to deal with. One of the things you have to worry about, these satyr witches, we'll probably find out. As you see, they're taking damage, but then they're healing almost immediately. They have like a so these totems, they have like Noken or some sort of magic that is powering their healing, like Wolverine. Just can't get rid of them. There we go. Nice shockwave at the end there. Oof. Got hit from somewhere. There we go. That was good. There's another guy over there. Yeah, you saw that tear in the reality realm hole, whatever you want to call them. Ooh. Can't believe he countered me. Oh, he's getting healed. We need to take care of that totem. There we go. Alright. Okay, so after I don't know if I can just, oh, there we go. Slice and dice. One of the nice things, I will say, these guys that heal, if you can get their stun meter up and you have the same armor setup that I have, you can get your health all the way back to 100%, so long as you're getting more health back than you're getting damaged from those stun grabs. It's a nice little trick, but it's not foolproof. If you sit there and take damage, or if you're unlucky, then it's not great. More of these crystalline shards to pick up. We'll find out what they're for eventually. I don't know that we'll find out right away. We've got another temple here. We've got a rune reading. Or lore marker. Yeah, lore marker. Satyr. So, up to this point, I would say the only differences that we've seen in Vanaheim between day and night is the topography. So the pathing is a little bit different depending on whether it's day or night. And of course, the sun's out in the day, the moon's out at night. The obvious thing. But that's about it. I remember the previous God of War game, there was a dragon that let me see. I don't remember if I actually fought the dragon until after I was done with everything else, or if I fought the dragon in the middle, well, towards the end, I would say. I really like how they have things kind of separated, so you don't necessarily come up against these high level guys often. You come across them once in a while and you're like, oh, that guy is kind of tough. Maybe I should, maybe you want an extra challenge, you can try it. Try to take the guy out. It doesn't work out for you, then you're like, okay, I need to back off and wait. As we've seen in a couple of the previous videos. So now we got some Draugr Fiend. The first time you fight these guys, you get an entry, and then as you find, you fight more, you get more information. Just like this guy, Flame Rudungr. Oh, and that dragon's taking pot shots at us in the back. Are on fire, and you're losing health as you're going along. Oh, look at that. It's like, it's not bad enough I'm being attacked by these bozos. Also getting attacked by the dragon. Still getting attacked by the dragon. There we go. There we go. We got him. See what this guy's name is again. Gridunger. Gridunger. Gridunger? Something like that. Kind of looks like an O, but it's actually a D.
What's this plate doing here?
Must have been built recently.
It's funny, this plate looks a little bit like the Bifrost bridge, the teleport from MCU. Similar, not exactly the same. Well, there's certainly a lot of wildlife. Aggressive wildlife. Gulons. Now, the first time you see Gulons, they're actually helping you out, which is interesting. There we go. Get a health burst from taking these guys out. Almost have to keep an eye on the dragon at all times, which means that you're going to be looking at in that direction. Wow, it looked like it went right through it. There we go. So sharp, it didn't even cut it. Alright, let's go see what dropped and continue on our journey here. Oh, and look at this. As if we didn't have enough going on. It's supposed to be freeing Birgir, bring him back to the camp. And now there's another ghost. Holger, who is split in two. Now this part of the map of Vanaheim, or the realm, something happened that just devastated the area, turned it into a crater, made it basically uninhabitable, and even made the monsters cranky. So now this guy is telling us what he remembers. I'm like, well, can you tell us what happened since you were here? Most likely when it died, when you died, and when everything went crazy. He's like, oh, I can't remember. If only my spirit was whole. You have to wonder. Casualty of war. The brooch.
Froze that lightning. You think Mother was...
So we have to find the other half of the brooch. We actually came across it. I didn't know what it was at the time. So we'll go run over and get that taken care of. Lickety split. Don't even have to worry about it. One of the things about opening up new areas within the realms is that there's so much hidden away in the little nooks and crannies.
Strike and retreat tactics.
Yeah, I just want to take the dragon out right here and be like, okay, make your way back to camp. I can't see you. I don't know where you're at, but you need to make your way back. I just like the animation for freezing the little poison trees. Oh, now, so this was where the traveler was at, and now there's another enemy here. Almost looks like a troll, but it looks too small. Boy, he's got a big old battle hammer, though. At least he gets interrupted, which is great, because that bothers me when I attack guys and they don't get interrupted. Because then my runic attack is on cooldown. Ooh, there we go. Parry, shield bash, and then stun grab. That's nice. Nice. Draugr Lord. He's all kinds of trouble. This guy's probably not gonna, get stunned before he's dead. And there it is. Yeah, so I saw this previously, but I didn't know what it was.
What you asked.
But I did see the skeleton, and then when he said, "Oh, I was looking out over the valley, over the crater, whatever," I don't remember what he said.
Was what you know
I was like, "Oh, that's what that was." So it's kind of interesting when you're
Vanaheim?
going through. Sometimes you get to part B before you get to part A, and you get to part A, and then you're like, it clicks. Sometimes not. Sometimes you're like, what? What am I supposed to do? How the heck am I supposed to find a brooch?
I wonder if Thor was meeting someone.
Or half of a brooch, even worse.
You think Thor was meeting Mom there?
Fate,
Okay, so
and she would not have with him.
Sometimes we never
we at least were able to finish that side quest or favor. Continuing on, I should really track these favors, even if they don't necessarily home in on where you're supposed to go. Alright, so I think maybe I might be able to get a little bit closer if I change day to night. And I think I've gotten most of the day area covered. So this is really a really neat kind of cinematic. If you watch the day go to night or night to day. I like it anyway. Now look at this. Because it has, I don't want to say completely changed everything, but it has changed
The dragon's here!
what is going on. These things, whatever is going on with that. We've actually seen something similar or exactly the same, but not quite. Now the plate is glowing. Partially glowing anyway. We've got more stuff going on here. There we go. There's another one of those things. So these would come up while fighting, what was that called? A shadow phantom? And then you damage it, and then it would take life off of it. Look at that.
Doesn't look like we can kill it.
Nope, not the axe.
You scared it off.
There we go.
It's going back home to its spring. What's that?
So a wisp.
He was nice.
Now we've seen,
Anyway, we should look around.
and this starts another side quest. That's one of the things that I think you'll find. I think I found that
That wisp is
as you're going along, when you hit certain
look, another wisp.
milestones or sections of the game, the main campaign, all of a sudden you have this plethora of things that are just, ooh, that wasn't good. These side quests and areas, it just balloons kind of almost out of control. You have so many things that are going on, and you can feel a little
The plate keeps the wisps locked in their spring.
overwhelmed with what's going on because you're trying to explore this unexplored area and pick up all the things, and then in addition to that, you're also being attacked by enemies. I mean, that's pretty normal. You're trying to explore, you're getting attacked, and then in addition to that, you're also getting hit up for favors, these side quests that are coming up. We were already doing one. Now remember, we were already doing one side quest to save our comrade in arms, Birgir, which was started by following the hunting dog. I don't remember exactly what Oh, now there's more wisps. Different kind of wisp. So it can kind of feel like, oh man, I got to do this and I got to do that. And if you're a more along the completionist line, yeah, that's not the way. I looked down there and I didn't see anything. Maybe that was, oh no, here we go. Here we go. It was just up here. There we go. Return to the plate. So the plate should be all lit up now. Presumably, anyway.
Okay, if you're sure.
Man,
That's all the wisps contain.
that
Should we check out that weird
hag or whatever really took life off of my health bar. Once again, exploring, grabbing a hack silver, which, like, I would assume that was there previously. Get that taken care of so when I go over there, I don't have to worry about looking and shattering it.
Great.
Not a big deal, I guess.
The wisps are back in their springs, and the plate's keeping them in prison. Did it?
About that.
So speaking of phantoms, the flame phantom. Oof. Once again, more boss-like. Ooh, and the dragon is putting in her 2 cents. So, not only do you have to worry about the phantom, but you also have to worry about the dragon. I mean, maybe that's giving you a reason to deal with. There we go. So when you stun the phantom, that gives you the opportunity to attack these pillars. Oh, that was too far away. Whoop. Take him down. Whoop. Gotta look out for these attacks, and every time you take some health off, you always have to wonder how much, if any, of their attacks change. There we go. Will that stun him? No. Try to get that stun meter all the way up. They're like kind of stunned, and then you get them. There we go. Now this is a long range, so we got to use. There we go. You could use the axe, I think, but I think there we go. We got 2. That's great. Best thing to do, I think, is to get close to one of the. Oh, look at that! He actually got stunned from that. Wasn't expecting it. Get close to one of the pillars. There, that was a decent stun, or a decent parry, which resulted ultimately in the stun. Oof. Attack! Attack! What are you doing, Atreus? Yeah. We're taking damage. It was getting a little bit too low. Look how far I have to go. I'll be lucky if I can get this one. And Atreus can't shoot for anything. What's going on? Ah, see, I got a little bit of damage on it. I'm just going to stand over here and wait for the phantom to come to me. Ooh, 2 attacks. There we go. Get out of the way. Like my ranged attacks, ooh, that was a good one. Just don't seem to do a lot of damage, no matter what. Alright, so I need to hurry up and try and do a bunch of damage to each one. There we go, I got one. Let's see if I can get the other one. Where is it at? I lost track of it. Oh, there it is, there it is. Oh, I got it. I got it. So now we just have to finish him off. There. There. Get off the runic attack. Take him out. Squeeze him. Squeeze him like an M&M.
Well, after what's taken,
Oh, and of course,
I don't understand how they escaped in 20
the dragon is right here.
Chains only hold for so long. Eventually, those who wear them will break free. One way.
Yeah, look at that. The plus side of doing these Nocturnal Predator is complete. We completed another one. So, but not, but not the original. Not the original that we were planning on doing. We were going to go in. We were going to save Birgir, send him back to the camp, bring him back to the capital, whatever we had to do, and then
No doubt about it.
that would be it. And then we could do whatever we wanted. Instead, we're having to deal with these multitude, I would say, of side quests that keep like popping up. Which I mean, I know it sounds like I'm complaining about it, but I'm really not. It's just it kind of feels like you're not able to complete
This upset.
the one that you started. You're just adding more onto it. So.
What a shame.
I guess it's just a personality thing.
Here, bringing life to all manner of flora and
I'd like to
What became of the river?
get the side quests that I actually started doing, and then...
dammed it up. I bought a fight.
Alright, so Odin
Water source.
the trout.
dammed up the river,
This place is really safe.
and of course that caused all kinds of ecological changes in the ecology. The plants aren't able to survive. The plants that were, river plants, obviously, without a river. And then, if the dam caused other changes where maybe the river was the main source of water, it would of course be a change not only in the plants but in the wildlife as well. So it's a smaller target. I always thought that those things had to be inflated before you could destroy them. But you can take them out whenever. You just have to have better aim than I do.
Stay alert.
Of course, I think I keep trying to adjust for the axe arcing, and it doesn't arc at quite. Kratos has a little bit more strength than the average bear.
One from my homeland.
All right, I do like how they sometimes have the little stair step hop ups marked. So, it's like, oh, this is a place where you can pop up.
footprint.
Smartest man.
All right, so that's big, something big.
Conversation with you sometime.
He's got a point.
Try to have a conversation with yourself.
Whatever's making these
So this must be another
knocked over those
side quest.
Be careful.
I am always.
It hasn't officially started, but it's got to be there somewhere.
You're serious.
You're serious. You are serious.
Look,
Nice joke, Atreus. Nice joke.
I thought it was.
Are you sure?
Let's go investigate, shall we? Bloody Odin.
Ah, and here's this one. Return of the River.
Still water running through it.
So that one will... Yeah, we have to go up the dam. Almost looks like a fungus. A fungus and a vine put together. And of course you need the sigil arrow combined with
Dying of thirst.
the blades of chaos.
It makes me mad.
Fun is that.
Whereas if you have the bluish tinged vines, you can just do it with the blades of chaos.
You know what you have to do, brother? Release them.
Yep, don't forget that. Another crystalline shard
Ah, another
or
crystal.
two.
Best hold on to it until we can figure
Yeah,
out what to do with it.
until we can figure out what to do with it. Oh, there's something over there. Can blow that up with Dropnir. Now don't ask me why, but I I could have sworn that was Atreus. He's in and out of my sight line, so I never know when when he's in front of me or not. And they didn't automatically attack me, so oh, that was dirty. That was dirty. How dare you toss your mucus at me? I love tossing guys off the edge. There we go.
A lot to say there out here. I wonder if Freya knows why.
We've got, so we're at the top of the dam now. And of course, I'm not tracking it, so if it's homing in on a certain spot, I have no clue.
Learn anything?
But we've got so many side quests going. I don't know of how many different, how close I am to how many different side quests. Hashtag loot problems. A Gulan. Ooh, nope. Not anymore.
It'll eat its way through everything here.
Drekkies are
Down.
troublesome. Oh, what lies below? Like gators. Ambush predators. And look at that. Can you believe it? Another side quest.
What is it? It is the tale of
Let's hear what he has to say.
a fair-haired woman doing battle with the most powerful of all gods. What woman? Elaborate.
But, oh, this specifics elude me. I had my side me, and I was excited. Yes, about to bury the hatchet with an old friend. But something terrible happened.
I'm afraid that terrible thing was your demise, my friend.
I know there was more. 3 ponds. I could see all 3. Please, help me make amends with my friend. Help me remember.
I've got a good feeling about this guy. I think he knows something about Mother.
Or not.
Have some faith, brother. Answers could be closer than you think.
So like the previous guy, we have to find a piece of something for the guy to make him whole. To make amends with his friend instead of a significant other. Alright, I think that's close enough. If I can just, there we go.
Surely that's unjammed the wheel.
Melt the scrub off of it. Here we go.
The water's moving. Wonder if we can get anywhere new now.
Oh, I guess I could have made it easier had I axed that thing instead. Oh well. Figured it out
Tell me, any progress on
and did so relatively easily.
half of my stein?
All right. So the good thing is once you get your spear into those notches, they're always there. The bad thing is you have to be almost at a 90-degree angle. Well, this is an interesting looking spot. In the moonlight. Might look a little different during the day. Red chests, those are always good. They usually have some crafting components or something. And some hack silver. Look at that, 5,000. I'll take it.
That's where the Drekkie feed. Let's get ready.
Ah,
Time for fussing once the fighting's
yeah, it
done.
looks like this is where the Drekkie feed. So another boss fight. Drekkie was pretty rough. Let's see how it goes.
Another one.
At least these guys can get interrupted with runic attacks, which is good. The bad news, we've got 2 Drekkie to deal with, and since we don't fight these guys that often, you may not remember their attack pattern. Plus, their attack pattern will change, at least slightly, as you're fighting them, as they kind of get low on health. That guy's just taking pot shots at me. It's like, here. Get attacked. Get attacked again. Ooh. Did not parry that very good. And then, being off screen, it's hard to... let's back up. Oh, no. Interrupt. That was a halfway decent parry. Now we've got 1 Drekkie that is less than half. Just above a third. And the other one is... Oh, I got hit by that. If there's one thing I could change about the game, it would be to change the how you get attacked with runic while doing runic attacks. I don't care for it. So this guy, okay, so now we're down. Ooh, go. Ooh, that was close. There we go. They're both under a third. Or, yeah, they're both under a third. We're getting there. Alright, there we go. Now we just have to deal with 1. Still taking pot shots. There we go. Boom. Oh, yeah, that is a different attack. There we go. That was a good halfway decent parry. Oop. Oop. Oh, man. I never know if I'm going to interrupt or not. That was a decent parry. Maybe we can actually stun this guy. Oh, what the heck. Ooh, look at that. There we go. Get him. Get him. Kratos. The Drekkie Hunter. Nice father-son activity. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.
Out in the crater, if we're gonna be, healing the realm.
No. They are tools for specific tasks. A preference would be meaningless.
I like the axe.
I too like the axe.
Look, over here. The water's flowing. You got the water flowing.
Only so we might access more of the crater.
Yeah, but with the water flowing, the plants and animals will come back. I think we just healed this place.
It was not my intention.
For goodness sake, brother, just take the win. With the water flowing and new paths open to us, I say we go for a stroll.
We will search, not stroll.
Oh, come off it. You've never enjoyed nature for its own sake? Not just for the treasure you might find?
I mean, treasure's nice too.
You're hopeless. Both of you.
PlayStation